Okay, so welcome to the course. Before we do cookies and local storage, which this is, we're talking about, this is going to be the method, this is going to be our database. Same goes for the next topic. So since we can't use a database because this is web programming 1, we only do client-side programming. We are allowed to use cookies and local storage. So we're going to be using these constructed cookies and or local storage to basically store our data. So it's going to be basically our relational database management system. So that way we'll be able to store data. Cookies would only work on Firefox. When you're using the file protocol, only Firefox. I'm not sure about Safari, but certainly Firefox you will be able to use it to view cookies. Okay, so before that, let's go over the project. I haven't posted the description yet, but I wanted to basically ask you to download the templates. So you can choose one template from here. These are very legacy oriented templates. These are CSS templates. So to give you an idea of some of them, let's see. Okay, let's see this one here. So this is one of them. And I am going to ask you to, this is an very old template. The idea is I'm going to ask you to update it. And one method that you're going to employ to update it will be to let's see I guess I'll use this one here. Okay, would be to add a collapsing sidebar, which is very popular. It's one of the collapsing, so you're gonna basically be required, and this is a great line between design and functionality. This actually goes, I would say, more under the programming side. You're being asked to add a sidebar, which is JavaScript oriented. JavaScript. So how would you add this to the to this template, for example? So you would get something like this. You see, look at, I added the collapsing, you see, I just added it. So it's not too hard to add this collapsing sidebar to the template. I just did it in 5 minutes, so you should be able to do it as well. So this is the template for an example that you can use, but you have a few of them. Let's see how this one looks. You have about 12. Let's see this one. They're very outdated. So the idea is that you're going to update it to some degree. This one makes, well, This one actually gives you a few pages. Let's see the coffee. Except for the brown color, actually this is a pretty good one. You can change the color. It doesn't have to be brown. It can be any other color, but this one is a pretty good one. The coffee like. Let's see the fervency. So you're basically gonna use it. The idea behind this that if you are going to be given a task to add functionality to a template, the idea is that you'll be given a template. You don't get to choose. Unless you're designing websites for a living, you will be given a design and you have to use that. So that's the idea behind it. So you have templates. Once again, you have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, about 12 to 15 templates. And once again, they're very old-fashioned. And one of the things you have to do is, for those who just came in, is to add the collapsing sidebar to the to these templates, kind of to bring it up to speed with what's being used today. So I'll give you the code for this one, but you don't have to use this one. There's plenty of sources for this, but this would be a collapsing sidebar, and for us would be a menu collapsing sidebar. So you'll be updating some of these templates. You will also be asked to let me open the let's see, I guess the coffee like. You'll also be asked to add a slider, which is another construct that you can say is design, but mostly it's JavaScript. A slider has a lot of JavaScript into it, so the adding of a slider would be one of the, let's say, some of the issues you have to do. So that would be the only two things that you need to do to update it: the adding of a slider and adding of the collapsing sidebar. And once again, let's see. Anyway, but we'll talk about it more on Wednesday. So you can choose a template. So you're gonna choose a template. Choose, and keep in mind that you will be updating. You'll be adding a side menu. It's a collapsing side menu, and you'll also be adding a slider. And the idea is to update some of these templates that are very old, very legacy, so to bring it up to speed with what's being used right now. The slider is very old technology, but the only thing that's most recent is the collapsing menu that's kind of used quite a bit. And the templates, you will be able to find them under course project. So if you go to course project, which I just posted, you'll see the templates. The template zip file will basically give you this listing of templates. I actually like the coffee. I think that's probably might be the best one to deal with. Uh, so you would put the collapsing sidebar here, and the legacy and the slider here, and of course brown is very. I'm not sure. I find it very boring brown. So just change the color to anything else you want. But you can use any of the other ones as well. Any of the other ones as well. By the way, I did added it to the extremely hard. You see? Very simple to add it. Of course, you have to change the cycles. They're pretty bad, but otherwise, adding a collapsing sidebar is not really a big deal. If you might think so, but it's not. It's not. I just started within 5 minutes. Anyway, let's go back to our lesson plan. So that's basically the project. So I'll probably post a project description on Wednesday. On Wednesday we can start the project. Once again, these are the last two topics in terms of the project that we need to address. We'll be doing it today to be able to do the project. This is basically the construct for our storing of data. So this will be our database, basically. Because we don't have access to the server, we cannot use the database. If for those of you that do take Web Programming 2, we actually do use an actual database. Because that's server side, but in this course we can only use client side technology, and cookies and local storage is client side technology. Okay, so let's begin with the cookies. So let's go to course topics, and I don't know if you looked at the topic that I had before. I had DOM. I'm still going to do that, but I decided to do the cookies first because I want to start the project as soon as possible. So the cookies here. Okay, so JavaScript cookies. So cookies are basically are means of storing data. They're stored in a text file, though right now they're probably encrypted, but it's still text data. Cookies are stored in the client machine, so it falls under the client technology. Cookies can be created, modified, deleted. The cookie is defined under document cookie. So the document cookie is basically the array of cookies. It stores all the cookies that you actually create. All of them will be allocated into this document cookie object. So here's an example of how you define a cookie. So you have 3 components. The cookie is the actual cookie, the cookie name and the cookie value. You have the cookie expiration date. So this is the expiration date of the cookie, and this is the domain. So these are the 3 components. The name and value of the cookie, the expiration date, and the domain, the visibility of the cookie. So in this particular case, the name of the cookie is user, and the value of the cookie is John Doe. So notice that the format is name equals value. That's the format that you're going to store data. So here's an example of creating 2 cookies. Notice that all you have to do is assign it to the document cookie. You're not when you create the first cookie and you create the second one, the first one is not deleted. What you're doing here is adding an additional cookie. So this will generate basically these 2 cookies that you find here. So if you put a script, so let's type this. Once again, this will only work in Firefox, so use Firefox for this. So let's do that. This is a good example to actually type. So let me go to my folder. I guess I will use the usual folder, this one. This would be, oh, Spring 26, 385. I guess let me call this cookies topic. Okay, so let me open that one with Visual Studio Code, and we'll type this in. It's very short, very short. So let's see, Visual Studio Code. Open folder. Okay, so let me create the file. I'm gonna call it cookies.html. So it is a web page. Let me create the tag type, and let me just right away. Whoops! First the HTML. Let me just right away create the header, and I'm gonna create the cookies here. So I'm going to type document cookie. So I'm basically copying the code that's here. Document cookie equals to, let's say, user1. So that's the name of the cookie, user1. And the value that we're giving it is Mike. So user1, the value of the cookie user1 is Mike. And then I'm going to create another cookie. Once again, this is a little bit strange the way document cookie works. This is not one single object. It actually stores multiple cookies. So I'm creating another cookie. So this will be the second one. And in this case, equals to Jane. And let me display it in the body. So how do I display it in the body? Anybody remembers document write line? Remember write line? Or is it Windows write line? Well, document write line. We're going to display a document cookie. Oh, forget. This is can only be. JavaScript is not HTML. It has to be embedded in the script element. Okay, so now it's correct. So we're gonna display for the content of the page the two cookies. Oh, wow! I actually forgot the as well here. Okay, so let me. So sorry about that. Well, you should be correcting me. We haven't done this yet. Never mind. We haven't done this. So no, your excuse. Okay, so this is now the complete setup. We have the two JavaScript statements that create the two cookies, and then we're going to display it in the web page. And I want you to pay attention to the format that's used when you display the two cookies. This is a very short code. There's not much there. I only added basically 3 lines. I don't think I can run it. Let's see. Yeah, no, I can't. Okay, so I have to do it manually. So let me go manual. Oh, it works in Safari. Oh, okay. Also, it actually works in Safari. So either Firefox in Windows or Safari. I didn't know that it actually works in Safari. This is Safari. So if you run it in any other browser, let me run it in. Let's see. I think I have. Oh, no, I guess I don't have Chrome. If you run it in Chrome, you're just gonna get an empty statement. You're not gonna see anything. So this is what you should see. So this is one of the technologies that we're going to use to store data in our project. This is going to be our database, document cookie. And this is what you should be getting. This is what you should see if you run this application. You should see this. Let me add another cookie. Let's say document cookie equals to user 10, I guess. Let me equal to, I guess, Marie. Marie, let's see, let me save it. Let me reload it. So now I have 3 cookies. What I want you to notice is the space. When you want to basically display the value of a particular cookie, and we have in this case 3 cookies. User 10 is 1 cookie. User 1 is the second cookie, and user 2 is the third cookie. So we have 3 of them. The value of user 10 is the value of the user 10 cookie is Marie. The value of the user 1 cookie is Mike. The value of the user 2 cookie is Jim. So the cookies, if you want to display the value of the cookie, you have to find it first and then display its value. It's not very easily. There is no automatic method to actually display the value of a particular cookie. You actually have to do it manually by creating a formula. Yes, it's not going to display immediately. Run it in Firefox. It's not going to display it immediately. Yes, you're right. If you tested it, yeah, another wrong, you'll be on.
Why is it that?
I don't know. It's just to do with the file protocol. All browsers accept cookies, but if you're not in the internet, I don't know if you can see the protocol. The protocol. Let me just put it here, John. Yeah, this one. The protocol is basically, let's see, protocol. Okay, a URL has a protocol first. Protocol. Then we have the domain. Then we have the web page. And then we have the port. So that's basically the construct of a complete URL. The protocol begins with, let's say, file. That's a protocol. We also have, well, I think it's just two of them. Well, is it two or three? I'm copying this one. Yeah, it looks like it's three. Okay. So it looks like it's three. So that's a protocol. So this is the protocol. So file protocol is not, cookies are not supported in most browsers because it's a file protocol. It's not internet. The internet protocol is HTTP. That's the internet protocol. In this one, it'll work in any browser, including, of course, Chrome. But since we're using file, it's not going to work. Remember that, this is not the internet. File protocol just means we're just running it locally under the file protocol. So that's not internet. That's not the internet. So all our applications, we've been running it using the file protocol. So that's why it doesn't work. But it does work in HTTP, by the way. All the browsers support cookies under HTTP. And you might also have this one. You might have heard of this one, the FTP. It's another protocol. And there's many others protocols. What is the next thing after the protocol? The web domain name. Let's say www.jersey.com. And then we have the web page, index.html. And if you don't specify the port, the port is going to be assumed to be port 80. So whenever you don't specify 80 is for the internet, you will be assumed that it is by default 80. The port number tells the computer which application is going to be used to open that page. So the port number is very important. The port number is what tells the machine, the server, where to send the URL. And of course, that would be it would be sent to a web server, basically. Anyway, so enough of this. So once again, the code that you have here has the following result. And I'll just repeat it one more time. What I want you to note once again is the way it displays cookie name, cookie value with the equal sign. This is one cookie. Semicolon, then this is a space. So if you wanted to find the cookie, you would actually have to parse this string into an array and then isolate the cookie name so that you can display the cookie value. So let's do it right now. How would we do that? Since we did arrays last time, of course this was before the break, so you probably. But anyway, it was done before the break. Give you an idea how you parse it. Let's say we're gonna put variable x equals to document cookie. So we assign the in this case the the document cookie which has the list of values into X. So X would have this value. This is the value of X. So I want to separate every cookie. So you would do something like variable y equals to x dot split under the semicolon space. So notice that I am adding that space because they all have a semicolon and a space. There's a space and a semicolon. It's not just a semicolon, it's a semicolon and a space. So if I was to display the cookies, I can say let I equals to 0, I smaller or equal to y dot length, and then I plus plus, and then let me write the cookie equals to, and then I'm gonna put a y dot I, and then let me add a break, an HTML break. So this would list the cookies. So let me run it. See if it works. So let's see, reload. Oh, didn't do anything. Hold on. I believed I am not running the latest version. I have to save it. Okay, now it should work. Well, let me look at let me look at the source. Open it in Firefox. Let's see let me look at the source. Oh yeah, this is adding the new one. So let's see what went wrong. I thought I was adding a break. Let's see. Well, for one thing, it should just be less than. Why that length is an array? So this creates an array. I guess let me display it. Document that write line. I'm gonna display the first one. So it's going to be y0. And then I'm going to be adding a break, which for some reason is not working. So y0 should give me one cookie and then the end of line. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I keep Firefox here. No, yeah, actually, there's a serious problem with my code. Okay, so so this is the only output that I'm getting. I am not getting this output. So this is the only one that, so this is not working. Okay, so let me put alerts. Okay, for one thing, let me comment this out. Let's see if it works until here. I'm gonna put an alert. And the main reason why I use an alert here is because it stops the execution. So it's not gonna execute the for loop. So I'm trying to isolate the errors. There's something wrong with the code. So notice that the alert did not activate. Oh, of course. What did I? Oh, yeah, making a lot of mistakes. Okay, number one. Here I forgot the E for right line, and here I forgot the right line altogether. How come you guys are not correcting? I completely forgot the right line, so of course it's not going to work. Okay, so let me run it now. So of course it wasn't going to work. So reload. Oops, it didn't work still. Let's see the source. Okay, so, oh, right line. Another spelling. I use right line, there is no E. Okay. You know that in JavaScript, if you make one mistake, all of it will not work. So now let me run it. Okay, so now I'm getting something. Okay, so this is basically what I wanted you to see. So the first cookie. Actually, let me. That's what I wanted to showcase. So I don't need this one anymore. Now it's working. So we're just spelling mistakes. So I'm gonna put a cookie. Okay, so now it's better. Bless you. Okay, so the first cookie is as the index of 0. So this is the value of the first element. It's not user 1, and it's not Mike. The value of the first cookie is user 1 equals to Mike. So if I want to isolate the user 1 from Mike, what would I do? I want to separate the name of the cookie from the value of the cookie. I would have to parse it with, you have to split against the equal sign. So, by the way, I'm not doing this just because I'm enjoying this, no, I'm only kidding. I'm actually trying to explain to you the code that we use to isolate the name and the value of a cookie. That's basically what we're doing. We're doing the display cookie, basically. So what I'm going to do next is, here I'm going to say let z equals to yi split with the equal sign. So why am I doing that? This is going to create an array. So what I'm basically going to do is, this is going to become an array. I am creating an array that's being parsed based on the equal sign. So anything before the equal sign is first element. Anything after the equal sign is the second element. So I'm going to pass it into an array, into a second array of 2 elements. User 1 would be the first element, and the second element would be Mike. And that's exactly what I'm coding here. So now I'm going to say document write line so name of the cookie, name equals, so that would be Z0. That would be the name of the cookie. Let me add a break. And then I'm going to display the value of the cookie. So the name of the cookie is the first element, that is index 0. The second value in the array is the value of the cookie. So that would be the value. And the index is the 1. And let me create another break. Actually, let me do a p element here. So let me run it again. Okay, so there. So notice that I have isolated the name from the value. You see? I've isolated the name from the value. So if you're trying to find a cookie, you will find it by the name. And once you find the cookie, you return the value. So that's the basic way we're going to basically parse the array. I mean the cookie string. We're going to make it into an array to be able to find a cookie by name. And this is the logic behind it. That's the logic behind it. So now I basically, all I need is to code this into a function. So let me call the function get cookie. And then let me code it here. So I'm going to be given the name of the cookie. And then we're going to say here if Z0, which is the name of the cookie, equals to name, then we're going to return Z1, which is the value of the cookie. If we don't find the cookie, we're going to return null at the end. So it either returns the value of the cookie or it returns null, which means it didn't find it. So this is going to be the code that we're going to use to find the cookie. So now we can delete all this code and just basically let's put right line. I'm gonna say get cookie. So let me find it. Let me use user 2. So I'm asking it to display the value of user 2. So I'm gonna say here value equals to get cookie. Sorry, it's cookie. Get cookie. So that should display the value of the user 2 cookie, which is Jane. So this should display Jane, if it works. It's a very short program. So here we initialize the cookies. So let's see if it works. See, what is the value? Jane. So it found the cookie we were looking for. So I was looking for the user 2 cookie, and it gave me the correct value. The user 2 cookie is Jane. So this is the way that when we're gonna be using this code for the project. Don't think that this is just for this class. This is gonna be one of the functions that we're going to use to basically, how do you find the user? So when we create users, we're gonna need to find them. They're all storing as cookies, so we need to find them. Okay, so that's basically this code here, get cookie. So now hopefully you understand a little bit. This is the function that we're going to actually use to find the cookie by name. So we provide the cookie name, and then it will return either null if it doesn't find it, or it will return the value of the cookie. Now, how do you create a cookie? We're gonna use that one. So here we are basically have the two components. This is the cookie name and cookie value. That's a cookie. Then the expiration date. A cookie only exists until the time frame that is given on the expiration. So if you say 2 days, after 2 days it'll be deleted automatically. So cookies automatically expire once the expiration date. So how do you generate the expiration date? You get the current date. So this gets the current date. And then you add the additional time. Anybody knows why to add 1,000 there or what? Well, because the expiration date is supposed to be by days. So this will give you a clue as to the metrics behind the cookie time frame. So the time frame, the metrics that uses milliseconds. So how many seconds? In 1 second there is 1,000 milliseconds. In 1 minute there is 60 seconds. In 1 hour there's 60 minutes, and in 1 day there's 24 hours. So if you want to provide the expiration by days, you have to add this. And this is because this function gives you the time in milliseconds. And the cookie expects a millisecond. And this is the format. There's many formats. This is one particular format. And this says this is the rule. This defines the cookie on all the websites. If you provide a specific folder, then that cookie is only visible on that particular directory. So technically speaking, just like global and local variables, you can actually have two cookies with the same name in different locations, because as long as they have as long as the domain is different. So you can have a global cookie called user1 and a local one also called user1. If you want to delete the user1 locally, you actually have to tell it where it is. Otherwise, it will destroy the global one instead. So you have to be careful with that in terms of cookies. Okay, so set cookie, this is the way we're going to create cookies. And this is the way we're going to list them. The only thing that the last thing we're going to do is how do you delete a cookie. So what is this negative doing here? So notice that there is no function to delete cookies. We're just using the set cookie, and we put in the expiration date. You see the expiration date, the days. We're putting -1. So that means whenever an expiration is on the past, if you set the expiration to the past, it will be automatically deleted. So that's how you delete cookies. Okay, so here is one of the tools that we're going to use, and this will be used. This will be our database interface, and we're actually going to use it to debug your projects. This will be could be called the cookie manager. Okay, so let's do the lab. So let's go to the assignment. Download the exercise 5 files. So we're going to do this lab. Once again, I am doing the exercise 11, and I downloaded the exercise 11 files. So this is the exercise. Okay, so this will become extra credit for the project, 1 point each. So let's begin. So once again, I am a firm believer that you actually don't learn by reading it. You literally have to code. So we actually need to code it. So let's code it. Let's code it. So if you want extra credit, these CF7 questions, each one is 1 point. So let's do it. So let me create a folder for this problem. So we're talking about, I guess, and this is one of the, if you run the project in Firefox, you need to understand this basically. So let's do this one here. Okay, so let me copy these 2 files. I guess I'm in the cookies topic, so paste. Okay, so let me create the exercise 11 number 1, problem number 1.html. So let's see what is the solution for the first one. So let me move this to the left and this to the right. Okay, so exercise 11. Okay, so let me first of all create a web page. Cookies only exist in the in terms of HTML and JavaScript. So let me create the script here. So let's see. Create the following cookies. So we're gonna create cookie user 1 with the value of John Doe 1. Okay, so all you have to do is document cookie equals to user 1 equals to document 1. So that's how you create a cookie. And then I'm gonna display it in the body. So I'm going to document right line. Let me display the document cookie. So that would be number 1. So this would be 1 point. So let me save it and run it. Exercise 11 problem 1.html. Let's see. Okay. Okay, there it is. So here is the okay. So there is one issue, of course. Oh, this is a mistake. User 1 is not document 1. I guess I must have. Oh, of course, it's actually John Doe 1. Yeah, sorry about that. John Doe. Okay, so there is John Doe. So this is number 1. Now I'm going to do number 2. So let's see what number 2 is about. Okay, number 2, create user 2, 3, and 4 with the value of John Doe 2, 3, and 4. So it's a follow-up. So we're going to create a user number 2 with the value of John Doe 2. user 3 with the value of John Doe 3. And the last one, user 4 with the value of John Doe 4. So that would be number 2. We just added 3 additional cookies. And let me run it. So this would be number 2. Change that. So this is the output that I'm getting for the so John Doe 1, John Doe 2, and John Doe 3, and finally John Doe 4. So this is a problem. That would be number 2. That would be 2 points. So this is just to give you a feeling of how cookies work. Remember, you're going to use these for your project, so you have to understand how cookies work. Why do I have scripted multiple times? Okay, so there it is. Okay, so number 3. Let's see number 3. Okay, so number 3. We're going to change the value of user 2 from John Doe 2. We want to change that to Mary Jane. And it's so how do you do that? So let's let's do number 3. So save as. So all you have to do is put over here document cookie. You put a user 2 equals to Mary Jane. So that would be the answer for number 3. And let's see what the output is. And once again, you have to run it in Firefox or it won't work. So you won't see you will just see a blank on any other browser. Oh, it also works in Safari for the Mac users.
What about Edge? Microsoft Edge?
No, it won't work in Edge. As far as I know, it won't work in Edge. It also will not work in Chrome. Oh, I made a mistake. What is my mistake? It's user 2. So that is actually, yes, user 2. So that's why I got a new cookie. That was a mistake. So this is the correct one. I updated the value of the cookie name to user2. Okay, now it's better. So notice that the only user2 here equals to Mary Jane. And notice that my mistake, still there's like when you make a mistake in life, it's always going to be there. You can't get rid of it. No, actually you can. You can delete, yeah, you can, well, but you can also delete the particular cookie. You can delete it. You can delete a cookie, you just have to expire it, basically. So there is a way to expire the cookies, to delete them. So that was the mistake that I made. You should not have that. So this is what you should get. So there should be no user2 before. The only value of user2 should be Mary Jane. So this is number 3. Once again, these are very easy points. There's not much coding to these ones. Okay, so I'm going to do number 4. Okay, number 4. Okay, so we're going to use the get cookie function. And it's already defined for you. You should have the cookies.js. So if you should have it, notice that it has the set cookie, it has the get cookie, and it has the delete cookie. So now we're going to start using these functions. The first thing for number 4 is we're going to display the value of the user2 using the function get cookie. Okay, so let's do that one. So this is number 4. So let me, number 4. Oops, wrong one. Here, number 3 is going to become also number 4. How do I need to reference this external JavaScript. Remember the test you took during the break? So how do you invoke an external JavaScript code? You put the script element, and you put the source, and that would be cookie.js. So that's how you use your file. In this case, we're trying to use this one, the cookie.js, in number 4. So that's how you're using it. So here I'm going to display the cookie. So I'm going to say get cookie. The name of the cookie that I want to display is user2, which should be Mary Jane. So the output should be Mary Jane. So I'm using the function get cookie here. So this is number 4. Let me put number 4. So there should only be one value, and it works. You get Mary Jane. So that should be the output of this program. And hopefully you have an idea how getCookie works.
Why did it put that name, Professor?
No, that's we were just trying to do number 4, which number 4 we want to display.
I mean like the word cookie. Like did it come up with that name?
Oh, yeah, we could add it. You're right. Probably be better if we we could say user to cookie equals to. We could say that. So if we, it's just probably more clear. So now it's going to say user to cookie equals to Mary Jane. Anybody remembers how we use the tilde instead of the double quotes? You use the tilde. So if you, once again, if you read a book, this is what you would see on the books, the tilde. You know, like the authors always use the latest technology. So you would basically put over here $, curly brace. So that's how you convert it to the tilde format. Yeah, no, this you don't have to, but this is the way you would see it on a book. They would use the tilde, the latest method. So you wouldn't use the plus. You would just use the. Anyway, it should of course have the same result. Let me refresh. It has the same result. It's a little bit cleaner. There's not so many double quotes. In fact, there are no double quotes, only for the user too. Okay, now let me confuse you now. Let me do this. Set cookie. User 1 is going to be equal to Mary, I guess it's Joe's, I guess Mike Dunn 1. And I'm gonna say for 30 days. So what am I introducing? I am using set cookie. This is not in the assignment. So if I refresh and I display the document, right line. I'm going to display the document cookie. Let me comment out the first one for a second. And let me refresh. Notice this. So I have user 1 equals to Mike Dunn. What is the problem? Yeah, exactly. I have two user 1s. Remember what I told you about the domain? So this is when it gets tricky. Now you have two separate cookies with the same name. The only reason why that happens is because the domain is different. In this one, the domain is the root. In this one, the domain is the local folder. Because when you created this one, you did not provide the domain, so it's going to use the current folder. So that's when it starts getting tricky. I just wanted you to show you that it can get tricky. So if you want to delete, so one problem is how do you delete, let's delete this one. How will you delete this one? How will you delete that one? I'll leave it as extra credit, 5 points if you can figure it out. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you that you can have the same multiple times because the domain is different. So that makes it a little bit complicated, and you should understand that when you're running the project, because you need to know, if you're trying to debug it, you need to know what cookie is being used. So you can have the cookie, same cookie multiple times if the domain is different, basically. Anyway, so we're going back to the original number 4. So this is original 4. So let's do number 5, probably the last one for today, number 5. Okay, number 5. Delete user 2. And it's referring to this one here. I guess let me do it. How we delete this one? We're trying to delete that one. Yeah, we probably have to look at this format. I'm gonna copy the. Yeah, if you wanted, okay, I'm gonna copy this because this is what we need to do to delete it. Okay, so if you want to delete the cookie, okay, so let's see. We want to delete user number 2. This doesn't really matter because we're deleting it. We want this is in the past, so it should be it should automatically delete it. And we don't provide a domain because this one was not created. This was not created as root, so you cannot provide domain. Okay, let's see if that works. And so this is going to become number 5. And so this one, we no longer have this one. So for number 5, let's see. So let's see if we deleted the local user 2. Let's see. Oh, sorry, number 5. Okay, change the, okay. So let's see. Did we delete a user 2? Yeah, still it, yeah. Hmm?
So it was deleted because of the expired time.
Yeah. So this is an expiration date from
No longer.
2023. Yeah. So as long as it's in the past, it will be deleted.
And when did you type X, 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 X?
Because since I'm gonna delete it, I don't care about the value.
You have to specify only the.
But you have to specify a value. I believe you can probably leave it empty. I think you can leave it empty, but just in case, I put a value.
But you also need the expiration.
But you definitely need the name because you delete it. I'm deleting number
No,
2.
But what I'm saying is that you definitely need an expiration date.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, 2. If you want to delete it, yes. And in this case, it's an expiration date from 2003. So 4-year-old date. So now let's see what happens if I do this. What happens now? Do I have a user 2? But from the one that is using set cookie. So if you want to delete that one, you need to look at the source of the set cookie. What is the domain? You need to look at the domain. So this was a test, a government test. How do you delete the cookie? And they give you the source of the set cookie. You have to look at the domain. If it was a folder, you have to provide that folder. That's the only way you can delete that cookie. So in this one is the root. So if you want to delete this cookie, if you're going to delete that one now that was created using the root domain, then you would need the on that one you would need the you will need to do this. So this is going to delete the local user 2. And if you put a path equals to, and this one is going to delete the global one. So that's how you, so if you wanted to delete the global and the local one, that's one way to do it. You provide one for the global and one for the local. Okay, so this is basically number 5. Next time we'll do 6 and 7. This actually number 7 is going to be worth 4 points. Actually, number 7 is very long. It's not short. We're being asked here to provide the functionality for the cookie manager. So we have to make this functional. So we have all these buttons have to work. So it's gonna be 4 points. So we'll do it next time. So let me take attendance. Remember, you're gonna be using this for your project.
Is it okay if I could take pictures of 4 and 5?
Sure. Okay, this is number 1,
Thank you.
number 2,
Thank you.
number 3,
Thank you.
number 4.
Thank you. Okay, here, Professor. So this was where I got lost.
No,
So-
yeah, no, this is not. I was just trying to. This is not really part of number 4.
I know. So that's why I saved it as 4A and 4. And what I wanted to know was that here on number 4, when you were doing it, you just wrote get cookie and then user2. Do we
You-
have to define user2 cookie equal to this?
No. No. This is just the. I'm just displaying it.
Displaying it as user two cookie.
Yeah, that's all. But you don't have to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And number 5. This is number 4. And this is number 5.
Got it. Thank you so much, Professor.
Sure.
It's like 6 weeks.
It's 7 weeks.
Hello.
Oh, I have to add the assignment. Let me add it. So this will be extra credit number 2 for the. This is a project related. Extra credit. So that would be the overall 10 points. I guess this one would be due. I guess on we're gonna be finishing it on Wednesday. Yeah. Wednesday. Actually, it's gonna be 15 points here. Yeah, number 7 is quite long. Number 7. Actually, it's 9 points to me. 9 plus 6 is 15. Yeah, 9. Okay, so let me. Okay. I'll come back in a second. I think I had somebody waiting.
Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Why you asking?
You were like serious.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.